So today we're going to go over how to properly set up a document for a trifold brochure in Adobe InDesign. So the first step you want to do is you want to go to print, and print is going to have the letter, but you want to first change your units of measure to inches. So a trifold brochure is traditionally made out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So in InDesign, instead of making an 8.5 by 11 pages, we're going to make 6 pages. That's going to be 8.5 by 3.66, because we're going to divide the long way, which is 11, by 3 to get 6 pages total. So you can leave the width at 3.66. We're going to change the height to 8.5. Number of pages, we're going to check 6. Make sure facing pages is already checked. Under columns, you can leave it at 1. Now margins, because this is a trifold brochure, the margins have to be slightly smaller, so we're going to put them at 0.25. Now for the bleeds, you're also going to put the bleeds at 0.25. And now press create. So once the document opens up, we can go to Pages panel. So we can see we have 6 pages, but they are not aligned properly. You have the first page, cover page, the back page. So what we need to do is we need to get these pages lined up in a row of 3. So to do that, I'm going to hold Shift, click on 1, still holding Shift, click on 6 to highlight all the pages, right click and go to Allow Document Pages to Shuffle, uncheck that, right click again or Control left click for Mac. Allow selected pages spread to shuffle. So then now you should see little brackets appear. That means we can now shuffle the pages around without them automatically shuffling to stay 2 by 2. So I'm going to click on 6. I'm going to drag 6 to the left or right of the column here. It doesn't really matter. And then the same thing for 1. I'm going to put this to the right side to make sure it's just even. So you want to let it go not here, because when you drop it, it'll put it down next to it. You want to make sure you click it and you have the bracket pointed towards the pages you're already adding to, like so. So now we have it set up to where we have our trifold brochure and we have our pages. Now the reason why we did this primarily was for the margins. So if we were to do an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, we would have to manually do the margins here. Now because normally, yes, it is a 1 sheet of paper, but you always want to make sure that you would never have text butted up against the edge of the page or directly in the crease of a page. So with 6 pages, we already have the margins built in, so it saves us an extra step of manually having to put in margins along the interior pages. Now, how you designed this is like so. This right page is going to be considered the front page. This center page is going to be the back. And then this here is going to be the inside flap. Now, that's for the front because of how you print it out and fold it. Now, the interior is designed as is, meaning you traditionally design from left to right, and you do that same here. Because when you open up the trifold, this is the first page you see, and then you see the flap, and then you see these 2 pages once you open up the flap. So we can design this regularly, but more importantly, making sure that when you design it, you put the front on the far right, back and inside flap, like so. And those are the short steps on how to properly set up a trifold brochure in Adobe InDesign.